conversation, our chat. Now, this is again, as you may know, it's a free format session. Uh, Let me upfront tell everyone that here I am no authority. I can share what little I know and what is my experience, and there will be so much to learn. Even this morning, I have learned something new which I was not aware of in one of the apps. So now we are here going to talk about various things, and specifically with respect to the smartphones and some of those features. Very few features we will be able to cover the given time that we have, because we are also experimenting something here. Okay, we are experimenting something here, and then on the basis of our continued learnings, we will improve the session further as we go along. Okay, no problem. Thank you. So here we are talking about a set of, I mean, it's a technology. What we have seen is a huge change in the entire sector of communication. What it used to be, say, 20 years ago or even earlier than that, we have struggled to get a telephone at home, which was a landline once upon a time. There was a waiting period of years, couple of years or more in Bombay, Mumbai. So it was not easy to get a phone line, and that was purely voice. Now, what we have seen in the last so many years is some kind of a revolution in this space of telecommunication. It's a huge paradigm shift. What was it when it was, and initially, what was it when a mobile came? A mobile came which used to be a fairly huge set, and it used to look like a walkie-talkie. It was a big one, and incoming calls also we had to pay money. No, I'm listening. Please, sorry, you carry on. Okay, I speak slowly. So incoming, am I audible because he's getting disturbed? Okay, even incoming calls were also being charged at 16 rupees a minute in 1996-97 when mobile was new, and very few players were there at that time. We have seen the evolution, how it has changed over a period of time. Just the
What is
way.
this background noise coming? Sorry, Lax, there's a big background noise of
Some
something like a cooker.
hissing sound.
Hissing sound or a cooker like a sound.
Yeah.
Your voice is getting.
Is it? So, sir, I think I will log in once again.
No. Now you're okay. You're perfect. Your voice is perfectly clear.
Voice is perfect.
अर्चना जी सबको म्यूट कर दें तो ज्यादा अच्छा।
हाँ उन्होंने वो तो करेंगी प्लीज यार रजा आई एम जस्ट डूइंग अ सेशन
खाली केवी साहब बाकी म्यूट
I'll come back to no you have removed it, so now it is, you will also hear. You wanted to hear that, is it? Okay. Okay, am I okay, audible?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So I'm essentially saying that we have had a huge change in both telecommunication world and IT world, and they are linked and interlinked in a very big way. So all I can say is when we have seen the evolution, it has been a very difficult kind of a change. Any change will have resistance, which we have seen always in life. Okay, these changes will make you a little uncomfortable. You will say that abhi nahi, we will do it a little later. Mujhe nahi karna. A lot of people will say that nahi yaar, I don't like. And people were not liking laptop or a desktop of probably my generation also or slightly earlier generation, because they were finding it odd because they had to adjust the chashma like this to see the desktop. There were problems like that. And once their next generation started living in the US and other things, they had no option but to learn using some of these basic things like mails to stay connected, then messengers, and those kind of applications that were attached to the laptop or desktop. Then came the era of mobiles and smartphones. Smartphones, I would think, is there for the past 12 years at least. I think I have been using, and it is getting smarter by the day. So that is all we can say. It's a small piece we had a problem of memory, we had problem of space, and all those things are getting covered. And the more you get, the more you want. That is what I have seen. My phone used to be 4 GB or 2 GB kind of thing once upon a time. Today I have 64 GB, and still that is not enough. I'm looking at the next phone for 128 GB. So that is a kind of, and imagine once upon a time I have run data center using 80 MB removable hard disks to run a general ledger of my company in a data center. So things have changed dramatically. And space is no more a constraint. It used to be very expensive. Hardware was expensive once upon a time. With cloud computing and other things coming, they have all become very reasonably priced. So now using your phone, we can do a whole lot of things. Whole lot means virtually, I'm very rarely using the laptop these days, mainly because a lot of things can be actioned using the smartphone. Okay. So, coming back to technology and the way it has moved, it is not something which everybody can easily understand, and we are all groping many times. Now, what I would like to cover here is some aspects of our smartphone, the first level, which is the phone and its settings. Phone setting, partially I'll be able to cover in whatever little time that we have thought of. I have not, and we'll have some free format of session that we will have where anyone can ask questions, if and anyone can respond. It need not be that I'm the only one who can respond. It is, I'm not a champion. uh, let me make a disclaimer upfront that I'm only sharing what I know, and it is not comprehensive. So, with this background, I would like to move for the further. I have done a small recording of a session on my phone itself, which is the settings. Settings is one option of the phone, and phone setting is what I have tried to cover in a very very small way, which is I have recorded and I have shared it with our friend Firoz, and I will request Firoz to play that, so that we will know some aspects of it, and there are many more things that we need to cover after that in our coming sessions. So may I request Firoz to share the screen and share that particular recording.
Hello, I hope you are able to see the screen. This is by default what you get to see in an Android phone is something like this. These are a whole lot of apps that are there which have been already uploaded in the system. If you look at the top line, they have the most frequently used apps like WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook, Messages, that is SMS, or Google. These are more frequently used ones, and that is what it actually depicts. Now, one of the most important things I'm only talking with respect to Android phones. The first and foremost thing is just to have a look at what are the various apps that come preloaded. Some of them we upload as we go along as users. Now, one of the things that comes built in is something called settings. So here is settings, and if I press settings, there's a whole lot of things that it displays. It talks about the nickname, it talks about the SIM card and mobile data. So if you press that, you'll be able to see whether mobile data is enabled, internet calls on secondary for SIM. Both I have two SIMs, one is a Jio one and the other one is an Airtel one. So all these things are available for you to look at. That you can set up whenever you make a call, whether you want to call from Jio or Airtel. That is what says calling. It will always ask you. And internet will always by default go through Jio. That is the setting I have chosen. Then roaming, purchase on international. So international I am not going to cover. So I am just completely I have disabled it. You see it says not enabled. then you can look for call settings and other things. So this is the basic setting with respect to your phone. Then after that, there is something called Wi-Fi. You can enable. There are a whole. It will show the moment you want to get connected to any of the Wi-Fi. Suppose you go to somebody's home and you want to use their Wi-Fi. So you come to this particular screen. It will show all the available Wi-Fi in and around that area. So all you need to do is to choose and hand over the phone to the owner of the house and the Wi-Fi. They will type the password. The password is supposed to be a confidential thing and you are not expected to divulge or reveal it to anybody. Alright? So that is where, so mine is below 5G, which is the enabled password. And once you go, when you return to the same guest, the same house again, or not the guest, your friend's house, second time, automatically it will get connected to that available network for Wi-Fi. Bluetooth, I have by default kept it off. Why? Because it takes a whole lot of, it drains my battery, simple. So you can do various other things, personalization, home screen. If you want your phone to be completely protected, you can use the feature of home screen and lock the screen. You can, when you press it, it will show you. It will be all home screen, drawer mode, how it looks, pull down gesture. All these are various features. Now you want to lock home screen layout or show suggestions. Various app things are available for you to. Now you want to lock your screens, raise to wake. So a lot of features are available. Basically, I don't want to confuse you with so much of overloading of information. Now, display and brightness is another thing. You can press it and see how your phone will look. You can reduce the brightness. It is right now something like this. Light is this, dark is this. So auto brightness, if you want, it will automatically do it. And I have enabled it for eye comfort. Auto rotate. So now when you do rotate like this, so things will move accordingly in a screen where you want to have a look at whatever is going on. Auto screen off. So if the thing is happening, you can change your setting and off the screen. You know, when you are doing nothing, why should it actually be on and take away drain your battery? So you can just set it off at 15 seconds or 30 seconds or if no activity, it automatically goes dark. So auto screen off. Then of course various font size and display, how big you want your font. So these are the various options. So currently I am using Oppo Sans. You can use Roberto and there are more options available. So there is nothing, I mean, these are all features which we rarely use. Mostly you go with the default setup and there is something called more. You can probably explore yourself, you know, and find out what it has got to offer. Now, you have a whole lot of apps that you would have downloaded, like say Facebook or any other thing like, you know, WhatsApp. So what are the various apps available? It's something called app management. So then you can go and see what are the app lists available on your phone. So it will load the whole thing and at the end of it, it will alphabetically sort out and tell you. So it is loading, it is taking time because I have too many things and my phone is a little slow because of that. It has got Act, FiberNet, All India Radio, it has got Amazon, Android Auto. Some of them are built in like Android, App Market, Calculator, Calendar, Camera, Chrome. These are all built in. Citibank is my bank account. There is a clock which is built in. Clone phone. Many of the applications are built in by the system. So you may be getting disturbed because of the various beeps that keep coming in as to why it is coming. Beep in the night when you are asleep, a new WhatsApp message comes, it will be irritating. How to stop it? That is something which you can control using some of these features. I'll talk about it. So this is just a trial. I'll just Thank you very much for this. Hello.
Not sure how clear was it for folks here.
It's very clear.
It was clear, relax, sir, but everything is there. But in your phone, different way. In my phone, it is different way. So I'm not getting properly, but everything is there.
Okay. No, essentially what I would like to say here is I only covered Android because I am an Android user. If you are an Apple Mac or Apple user,
It is Android only.
okay.
This one, Samsung.
Then the look and feel from different models, it may be different,
Yes.
but essentially the apps are
Will be
very
there.
similar. So you have one set of apps that come built in for your phone, for your basic things to work. And then there are some apps that you download using whatever, I mean, depending on which kind of, but you will download it and it will be in your phone itself. Only that will all sit in your application that phone memory which is there 64 GB or 16 GB 32 GB. A lot of things, the app related things will sit in the phone, so automatically your space will be consumed by many of these apps.
You can Lax, you can shift
Right.
any particular app onto an SD card if you
Yes,
have.
yes, I was
You
coming
can,
to that. I
you
was
can
coming
say
to
that I want it to be shifted to the SD card so that you can free the main memory of the phone.
Correct. So I was exactly coming to that. So you can add an SD. I got 128 GB SD card on my phone. Now even that, now I am only having about 20 GB left because there are so many videos and the pictures and other things which are sitting in that. So from time to time, how to move these things from your phone onto your laptop or your desktop. These are all the processes we have to follow to manage space. Because phone, most of the apps are very resource hungry. So you will start an app, download an app. It will say that okay, 24 MB or 36 MB or something, but then it builds with your data. So you will have a whole lot of things. So for example, WhatsApp will have a whole lot of pictures that you may have. Now you have ways and means of controlling the pictures not to get downloaded on its own. If you can set it up that way, because otherwise every time somebody sends a picture, it will be coming down and sitting on your phone, which you may not like. Everybody sends some good morning messages with a whole lot of pictures. I don't download them automatically. I don't allow it. If I want to see, I will download it myself.
More so because there is a repetitive messages and videos which keep coming.
Correct.
Because I use a word called trigger hungry people. There are lots of people who are very trigger hungry. They feel that they want to be the first to share that video
Correct.
with a lot of people, and so the same video comes from X, Y, and Z. And so what Lax is probably advising us is that put your WhatsApp on do not download automatically, only when
Yeah.
I instruct download.
We will go through that process when we start looking at each and every app which most of the people use. So this time I just wanted to give you a feel as to what phone setting is all about, and I've not yet covered everything. There is so much for me to cover, but I didn't want to, it may look, if there is a recording that is shown, if it is done in a very primitive manner, it may not appeal. That is the reason I just tested. I actually, this 7 minutes that I recorded was some kind of a test that I did and wanted to check how it is received, how it comes. Because when I put it on my earplugs and listen to it, it is very clear. But when I'm doing it on a phone or a laptop, it may not be very clear. So this is the reason.
Audio was very clear, Lax. There's no problem. I may request Feroz, if that image of the Android screen, if it can become at least double the size, maybe that will help, because it is training to the eyes. That's about all.
Okay. Okay. So
Yes, because it was a mobile, so it has to be in a portrait way. But yes, if we are going for any other apps like Zoom or anything else, then it can be in a landscape. We'll try to do that. We'll try to manage that.
Okay,
so it is more
let
visible.
me also try next time when I do any recording. Now, the idea of doing that was to test. So I didn't make it a very long one. I, in spite of that, it was some 7 minutes. I said, okay, let me just feel it, and then maybe next time we can improvise it further for the other app. I mean, even the remaining part of phone setting, and then I don't know what all apps people must be using. I may cover some, and you can suggest some which we can, set up. The painful thing of the messages coming from on top, especially on the phone, you will have some continuous messages coming down. When you are doing something, you will end up reading that. So it could be irritating. So how you can stop it, how you can mute things. These are all the things I would like to cover, which is again a part of app setting. And how you can go about doing each and every app that the messages need not come and it did not give a beep. It can be muted. How to do all that, we will be able to cover.
So cute.
Hey, come on, yeah. Sorry, folks.
So cute is.
He also enjoys it.
I wanted to say this, but I mean, he looks like one of those child actors. Some I don't know the name, but
Desi Rani when she was young, I think.
who's that? Sorry, come again. Say.
Desi Rani when she was
Yes, that
young.
is correct. Bingo. That is the right word. He
Yeah,
looks like Daisy Rani. Yes.
Desi Rani.
It is Rudra.
Rudra. Yeah, he's Rudra.
Rudra, no?
Yeah, Desi Rani or Rudra.
This is Rudra Iyer. That also. Okay, chalo, you go and play, Raja. Let us talk. Okay. Good.
बच्चे शैतानी नहीं करेंगे तो हम करेंगे क्या?
He's putting the, teddy bear on Laxer's shoulder and
So today we went to the mall and he has won it.
Is it dog?
That is what he said.
he won it.
Yeah,
On my
Is
watch.
it
You what for? What did you win?
Just 2 tries on a kilometer.
beagle?
Aha! Congratulations!
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, chalo. So, any points that you would like us to cover, that also you may please feel free to share. We'll make a note of it and cover in the next sessions. And today we had to reschedule the session because afternoon was a little bit of a difficulty, and apologies and thank you for cooperating and coming at this hour. May not be the best of times. We'll work out what is a good schedule.
Lax, may I, with your
Yeah, please.
permission,
Yeah, please.
with your permission, address one of the queries which Ajay asked. Ajay Roy asked a specific thing.
Yes.
Ajay said that there are lots of messages which come and apps come, and then they say, please download this, please give me your phone number. Now, Ajay, let me tell you what I have done. Now, please don't get me wrong on this. The phone number on which I'm talking, the phone number I'm talking to you right now is a fake number. Okay, this number doesn't belong to me, by the way. The number which I've shared with all of you is a fake number. Okay, the number is correct. If you dial me, you will get through to me. But this is not the number which is known to any of my banking circles, any of my very, very confidential circles, or any of my very, very close family circles. So what I've done is I've disconnected the entire lot to a different number, which I call it a fake number. It's not a fake number, though. I mean, that's a wrong way to interpret or identify it. It's a number. It's a valid number. And when you call me, you will get me. But this number is not identified by any of my confidential transaction or financial issues. Now, so therefore, the other number is not known to anybody. Nobody knows it. And I shall not disclose it to anybody.
Makes sense.
Now, so therefore, the suggestion which I'm giving is create a different number, put that number on your Facebook account, Instagram account, blah, blah, this account, that account, whatever you want to do. As far as you do not do any of those transactions. For example, on OLX, I have another third fake account, which I don't even have the SIM for that. But the day I created the WhatsApp account on that is still functioning, and it's a London account. Okay, it's got a +44 number, which actually belonged to me when I go to London. So that SIM gets activated only when I'm in London. So bottom line, have a separate SIM which is not connected to your bank and start slowly shift. It has taken me almost a year to shift from that number to this number, which is right now available for, and I call it fake number or music channel number or for all riffs and drafts. And this is where I operate all my maximum WhatsApp, maximum apps and all this thing, but no OLX and things like that, but no financial transactions at all.
But sir, if the call is coming from anyone on that particular number that you are saying that this is a secret number, so will I get the call?
Yeah, see, if your original, say, for example, on my original number, I do get a lot of calls, but I check it. I've downloaded Truecaller. It tells me what is the number. If it is something I think I should pick up, I pick up, and I see what it is, and I immediately block that number out. If I know that number is not worth so you block it out, and you block it out twice. Please, when you block it out on Truecaller, you have not blocked it out of the phone. So you have to block it out of Truecaller, and then you have to block it out of the phone also. So, and it will also block out all your messages. So, I mean, all the messages will come from them. However, having said that,
sir,
go ahead, Ajay.
My question was, suppose any company which is suppose they float their advertisement, take this bunch of items which will be free or will be discounted, and then I order them. They ask for the address, I give the address, but they again ask for the mobile number.
So therefore, have another mobile number. Have another mobile number.
Have a separate mobile number. आप एक
separate one.
आपका जो बैंक और फाइनेंशियल ट्रांजैक्शन है उसको आप एक
उससे नहीं होगा, लिंक ना
अलग रखिए, जिसकी किसी के साथ मत शेयर करिए। और दूसरे काम के लिए आप ऐसे फोन रखे, एक और एक नंबर रखिए, so where you can do all the other things, socializing वगैरह वगैरह वहाँ पे कर सकते हो। Now, I have a query for you regarding Truecaller. Because I was also using Truecaller for a long time, but some time back, Truecaller started giving me the information after the call was over, not telling me who.
Yes, sometimes they do. Sometimes they do. Even now, I do get. Yes, you're right. Absolutely. So what you have to do is keep looking at the number. What happens is Truecaller takes the first 5 seconds or say 10 seconds. So for the first 10 seconds, if you don't pick it up, it has to, by default, I think, I could be wrong, by default, it has to identify the number for you. So don't pick it up in the first 10 seconds. Let it keep ringing.
Okay. Maybe I've given up on you. I've actually disconnected that app. Come on. So anyway, I've not been using the Truecaller because it was not serving my purpose. And yeah, by default, my habit is also to pick up the call immediately. I don't wait, that was the culture we were brought up with,
Absolutely.
Even those KRAs were that, within 2 rings you have to pick up and stuff like that. For even the telephone operators, we had given that kind of a KRA. So it works that way. So
that is the decency and the respect we have been brought up with, but unfortunately that is maybe not applicable anymore.
Correct. It is sometimes it is a disservice that it does to us,
Sorry, Ajay. Sorry, going back to Ajay. Yeah. Ajay, have I been able to answer to some extent your query?
Yeah. Yes. Almost I got it.
So एक और चीज है.
I have to buy. हाँ जी.
हाँ, एक और चीज है. एक और सिम लो और एक और फोन लो.
सस्ते
अलग ही रखो उसको. अलग ही रखो.
वो फोन पे ऊपर, लेकिन
हाँ जी,
उसमें फिर ऐप भी तो डाउनलोड करना पड़ेगा ना सर, जैसे सपोज
आजकल 1.5 GB per day free मिलता है, free नहीं, sorry, you have to buy. I think Airtel gives you at 779 rupees for 90 days or something at 1.5 GB
free calling and all this thing.
कर लो.
Okay. Thank you very much.
It will work. No, I think that is a very valid point, and we are all so much used to sharing a lot of information using our phone. उसमें risks भी है.
Yeah.
We'll talk about how to
तो है.
mitigate those risks. One of the major points I think Nand Kumar has made is that how to mitigate that particular risk. जब भी कोई भी कुछ भी पूछता है, and simple things like OTP and other things you don't have to share at all with anybody.
So I have a question.
That is okay. Everybody knows that OTP should not be given to anyone.
Somebody had a question.
Yeah, I have a question regarding this. Now, my number, for instance, is already there in all the bank accounts and it's already commonly known to others as well. If I take a new SIM, where do I go changing it? I go informing each and every bank of mine that I have a new number and keep that number there because my old number has already been shared publicly.
Correct. That is one that entire changeover or a moving over.
No. It doesn't require any change. Sorry. I think I will have to readdress this. Keep your original number. And what you do is on the apps, shift all the WhatsApp number. WhatsApp, you can change your phone number. So the one which you have, the number which you have currently on WhatsApp is the same number which you have for your bank. So now what you do is go to WhatsApp app and say, okay, my phone number has changed, and put that new number there. And like I did advise even Ajay, have it in a different phone because, to mitigate the issues of any mishap which may happen by mistake, you press the wrong button, and so therefore keep it in a different phone, preferably. So you will not
that have dual chips will not do.
Sorry.
Those mobiles that have dual chips, two chips, you can.
Dual chips are there, but again, your challenge will be that it is still going into the same phone. So hackers are far more advanced than
you and
many people. Okay, so they are absolute experts. They are the people who are most wanted by the US government, by the way.
I have got one doubt. If you have, you're telling about sharing the mobile number to banks and all, but only mobile number sharing will not be risky. I think they want Aadhaar number, they want so many other PAN number. So everything put together only is risky. I think only mobile one number is also okay. I feel.
Go ahead, Lax. Sorry.
No. See, these are basic things that we have to.
I only want basic.
आपका कच्चा चिट्टा पूरा उनको मिल जाएगा, so that you will know. It is also linked to your PAN card, so your income tax returns, and there is a app called Trace, or rather the system that they use to trace everybody, whether they are some resource from which particular account they are getting the money. They can question you in a specific bank if there is a heavy deposit that keeps coming in your name, because they are tracing it, because that software is giving them all the information.
Details,
So yes, that is something which you will give. But anyway, the people have found ways of, as Nandu was saying, the hackers are able to play around and even convert so many things, and change of address or change of phone they can initiate.
Just my phone number, Lax, just my phone number.
They can initiate a phone number change in your income tax records, and then start playing. See, these are all risks attached. On one side, it gives a lot of comfort and play. I mean, quickness in the whole thing that happens. You don't have to go through a bank and create a draft and do so many other things. You don't waste time. You are doing it all using these apps. So there is a benefit on one side, there are risks on the other side, and we have to balance that.
And to add to that, what there was somebody who said about Jayalakshmi, I think you said about Aadhaar card, correct?
Right.
Yeah. Wait. On Aadhaar card also, there are two options. You are not required to disclose your 12-digit number to anybody. You can disclose only the last 4 digits. So what you do is take a copy of it. I mean, take a camera photograph of it, and use the ink. They get a black ink. Whatever, black ink or something.
Ask me the Aadhaar card number, and I share everything. Only the phone.
What you do is you black out. I would say black out or like white out, whichever way. The first 8 digits, black it out.
First 8 digits.
Only
and,
last.
and only the last 4 digits, and then make so that becomes your now Aadhaar card JPEG form information, which, like, I went to a hotel recently and they said, sir, we need your Aadhaar card. I said, ठीक है, वो आधार कार्ड भी मैंने जो दिया उसमें पहला 4 नंबर ब्लॉक्ड आउट, पहला 8 नंबर ब्लॉक्ड आउट है, उसको मैंने दिया। मैंने कहा तुमको एड्रेस से मतलब है, तुमको मेरी शक्ल से मतलब है, और तुम्हारे को मेरे डेट ऑफ बर्थ से मतलब है, बिकॉज आई एम अ सीनियर सिटीजन, दैट इज व्हाई you have no business to ask me what is my Aadhaar card.
Very
And
good.
that's it. Absolutely. Because Aadhaar card, and like Lax rightly pointed out, Aadhaar card now is compulsorily linked with your PAN account, and your PAN account is automatically known to your bank. So that link is what hackers are looking at. What is happening in this tree? This connection, क्या हो रहा है इसमें? अच्छा, यहाँ पे 1 लाख आया है आज. अच्छा, देखते हैं. That's what they are doing.
Right. Yeah,
So I don't know. I've been able to
Yeah.
address some amount of clarifications.
This good.
Shopping also, everywhere they want your number. You try to pay a bill, they want your mobile number. So you have to keep a separate mobile for them also.
Yes, better. Why not? What is the harm? Aajkal the SIM cards are free.
that is
SIM
why
cards are totally free.
Kumarji said you have a mobile number for all other things excepting where you deal in finance. Finance banking के लिए आप अलग से number रख लो and use this number दे दो, दिल खोल के दे दो number, कोई problem नहीं है. In fact, earlier days I used to play mischief by giving somebody else's number because I knew the numbers by heart. So,
And also remember, off late, you'll get a lot of reminders from Facebook, because see, Facebook is also tracing you constantly. They are like looking at it. Facebook has been telling me, would you like to change your phone number? It's asking me. I'm saying, why is it asking me? That means they're trying to trace me out, because they have realized that the number I've given there is not the number which is very, very active on the financial circles. So I said, no, I don't wish to change my number. My number remains the same. Like a simple guy, I said to you. Now, and they keep sending this reminder to me every, say, week once. Now, this is where any social platform, you have to be very, very careful.
yes.
Don't disclose your private number, so to say.
Thank you very much, sir. Good.
I mean, it's just see, all these things I'm saying, in spite of that, like I always mention, hackers are already 2 steps ahead of me.
Yeah.
Or maybe 10 steps ahead of me.
They are very, very.
So all this, for all all this conversation we are having, which is being recorded and are going to be uploaded on YouTube, some bloke will say, who's this bloody Nankumar giving all wrong advice to people? Pakad this. They can do it. They're within their rights to do it, because they'll say, yaar, ye to mera business thap kar dega. So so you have to be just cautious.
Yeah, there was one question I just sometime back, when you download an app, it asks for a lot of things. Give permission to use the contact, give permission to use the location and stuff like that.
I agree and all that.
Yeah, I mean, it is optional. If you are saying that, okay, you can, my location will be enabled, I keep my location off normally. I don't really keep it on unless I want specifically to know certain things. I will enable it. So these are things which we can evade and avoid.
True.
No.
All right.
We will definitely talk about more features and what else we can do to have a comfortable lifestyle and mitigate and avoid risks. Risks is bound to be there. And the other risk is, okay, why do we need so much money? Jitna chahiye utna hi rakho. So that there are we are not even in the radar of people, who are looking at this particular aspect of taking money away from you. But yeah, simple things we have to be very careful about. We were talking about chikni chubdi baatein that people will do and get money out of you. That is, we are digging our own grave by parting money with.
Yeah, and like Lax said, if you're voluntarily disclosing, then you're to blame. There is no point blaming the app.
Correct. So where we have, but it is a good advice given by Nandu, so that we can have a separate number for those confidential and private activities which need not be known to everybody, and for socializing and other things. Because it's become very cheap and easy to. I mean, it's affordable now, unlike what it used to be once upon a time. I had to wait for my landline to come for years. So आज तो बहुत अलग है, ज़माना बदल गया है in a very big way. And in all fairness, let's also give credit to that industry of telecom, where people have been, oh God, outward. So people have been getting a lot of. एक विकेट गया यार वापस. Wait, sir. Okay, sorry.
There's one more question I had.
हाँ जी.
Thank you.
See, in WhatsApp, I'm facing a problem that the backing up of messages. I have already, in my settings, I've already said that I don't want backup of messages. Yet it keeps happening at regular intervals. So I don't know how to stop that.
You can set it up for a time, 2 o'clock at night or something like that. So it does it when you are asleep.
No, but I don't need the backup. I don't want the messages to be backed up. So is there no way to block?
Okay, you have given it as no backup required.
Yes.
In spite of that, it is doing backup.
Yes.
Well, we need to look at it, because if you are saying don't do backup, it should not do.
No, it will not do it.
Unless that is not saved by the system for whatever reasons. Because whatever we do, whatever changes we do are supposed to be saved.
I've gone to the settings of the WhatsApp, and over there I've said no backup.
We'll explore WhatsApp as a separate
session. Does that. So that is one problem I hope you will solve for me. When this backup happens, where does it happen? Is it taking up the memory of the phone?
No. It is backing up on an email address. It will ask you for an email address.
No, I've never been asked for an email address.
No. It is there. It will be there. Because when you bought it and when you downloaded, you would have given some email ID. It needs it.
So it is backing up in the email.
Yeah.
If it is backing up, it is backing up on the email. However, there seems to be some maybe technical glitch in your phone. It is possible. This is just a vague guess I'm doing. But there are some conversations in WhatsApp. Am I shooting a little ahead? I don't know. Maybe you can actually export the chat to your email address. So you can have.
It's a very simple process.
There's a process. So we'll come to that. How to do
that. We'll cover WhatsApp in a very detailed way, because that is the most used app in my whatever we have seen. It's the maximum used app, and there are newer features that are coming in. I mean, I just discovered one today. Maybe many of you may be knowing, but today I got that we can even do poll using WhatsApp, which I was not aware of all these days.
Oh.
So, some of the members who are part of Sangeet Sarita would have seen that, I said, vote whether you want to do it live, whether you want to do it in a Zoom. And today I have sent actually some of the.
Yeah.
So that is a feature which I was not aware of. Only this morning I got to know.
What is this? What is this, Lax? What is this feature? Sorry, if you may.
Feature in WhatsApp is if you want to, if you are part of a group and you want to get some idea as to how to go about it. Say, for example, you are 20 people in a group and you have a proposal and you want to take poll. Okay, how many are for and how many are against? Yes, no kind of it.
Something like, yeah.
So, if you go, I mean, normal Android thing, you want to attach a photograph, you go to that particular icon, right, which is like a pin. You do that, and then it says photo, gallery, documents, and a whole lot of things, and there is something called poll there.
Oh.
So you use poll, then you build your question, would you like to meet this Sunday? Answer, yes, no, you can give that. It's a very simple thing.
Yeah.
I talked about it today, and I used it today in one of the groups where Jamila and Madhu Susan are part of that group. They would have.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know how to do. I was writing. Then afterwards, I came to know we had to do some picking and all that.
Yeah, you have to just click that box.
Yeah.
Yes, no, whatever.
Number will come, 8 number, 9 number.
So you are the 90% who have done it. You know.
Yeah.
It's a feature available which I was not aware of. I said that there is something new. The unfortunate part is even WhatsApp is not informing us as to what is the new update that is coming with every release. See, many times they may tell you to update the app itself. They come with a new update. So what are the new features along with it? वो लोग बताते नहीं बहुत बार.
नहीं बताते नहीं. If you scroll up right at the bottom, they'll tell you what are the additions, and typically they'll tell you, oh, we have made it more secure. Oh, ये कर दिया हमने आपको बहुत secure कर दिया वो सब.
It's more
and you are already vulnerable for security. You are already thinking, अरे हाँ secure कर रहा है, ठीक है download कर. There's no choice.
So okay, it is not in such detail that you will capture it. It could be that something technical उसने किया है कि we have improved the performance and stuff like that. So I'm saying that newer features are coming in, and then we will try to cover as many features as we can as we go along. And I think the point that was made by, I think, Sajni ji, right? I mean, of backup.
Yes, sir.
We will also look at it. Because I am not taking a backup, and my very honest suggestion is for you to once in a way uninstall and reinstall the app itself. As a result, you will have a fresh kind of a thing, and I don't know how many times you go back and see what you have written here. It's hardly used. History you are hardly using. So जाने दो जो नहीं चाहिए, unless because it's building up. It keeps on increasing your phone space actually, and WhatsApp is sitting in the phone area. Pictures you can download and put it elsewhere, but then all your text and other things are sitting in the phone memory. So maybe we should be able to work out on it. Once in a way, clear it up. We can clear the automatically 7 days में 1 day में वगैरह clearance का भी option available है उसमें. So all those things we can talk about when we cover WhatsApp as an app. So I intend to do some more work in the space of phone setting itself, and then you can suggest what are the apps you want us to cover, and maybe we will do it as we go along.
Cool.
Is that okay?
I mean, that's perfectly fine. And I think the most common one, Lax, is WhatsApp, and I think that's where like you rightly mentioned, that's where the maximum traffic is today.
Yeah.
Why not address it straight away? In the next session.
We can do that. There are other, because phone settings में और भी बहुत कुछ है. I thought I will cover the first level at level 0, and then we will look at app level, which we are where some control we have. What to use and what not to.
Maybe Lax, what you could as a anchor tell us, okay, go and play with your settings and put your questions down, and then that can be answered by you in the next session.
Yeah, that's also a good option. You can look at play. Actually, yes, the settings you can go around playing. So it is not going to spoil your phone in any way.
Not spoil.
You can always reset it. You explore it, and then you first check what is your current setting. And if you are comfortable with your current setting, you try exploring. Keep a snapshot of what you are doing already. So उस हिसाब से you can get back to where you are. If you change something and if it is going to spoil, कुछ spoil नहीं होगा. Let's be very clear, and it's very easy. People used to get worried using a laptop or a phone. अरे कुछ हो जाएगा, delete हो जाएगा. It is not like that. It warns you. Even when it is deleting, it is warning you. So don't worry about it. Explore it. Go into the settings, check. Likewise, each app has a setting. So each app you can, especially the irritating part can be those beeps that keep coming in from time to time.
Notification.
Yeah, notifications. And you can mute all those notifications because it is so irritating. I don't like it. When I'm sleeping at night, I don't want that sound to come and, disturb my sleep. So there are ways to handle that. And another one I used to get irritated was that when you are having your phone on hand, something keeps coming. ऊपर से नीचे कुछ आएगा, one WhatsApp message. Whether you are automatically going to read it. Even if you are speaking to somebody, you will see something. I don't want that to happen. We can arrest all those things. So that we will cover as we go along.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So any further? So I must also thank Nand for chipping in with very useful information. I hope you will continue to do that, and we can only maximize and multiply, create a multiplier effect for this session.
One learns by doing mistakes. That's the only way I learn.
Absolutely, yeah, we learn absolutely. So thank you all for being there, and we will see you again next week.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.